Now live and on lockdown.
Are you ready?
Broadcasting from Edinburgh, Scotland and across the globe.
Listen here.
You're listening to Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders podcast on Hearts on Live Radio with your host, Fraser Ramsay.
Hi, this is Afia Letha from KingdomBeats.com. Proud to be a sponsor of Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders on heartsonlive.co.uk.
Good evening and welcome to another Saturday night on heartsonlive.co.uk and another edition to Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders. And we have another special guest all the way from Maryland in America, USA, just in case you didn't know what USA was. But yeah, it's Saturday night. It is the 1st of December, where you can pretty much officially bang out the Christmas tunes. You can pump them out, get them cranked up nice and loud and just blast them out. I love it, especially when the Hotter Shop has been playing them since like September. Kind of gets a bit boring after a while, but it's now, if you hang off and you avoid it, you can start cranking up the Christmas tunes now and start playing them and getting into that festive mood, especially when you've got the Advent calendars and you start opening your first day of the Advent calendar, if you like your Advent calendars. If you do Advent calendars in America, I wonder if we'll soon find out. My guest today is SHARON HARGRO Porter, so we'll be talking about her. She also has her own show, and we'll be talking about what she does there. She's certainly not shy from interviewing people. She also interviewed me when I was in Philadelphia, so it's the shoes on the other foot this time. So no holds barred, you'll be unleashed. She may not come back, but we will welcome her to the show. It's great to have her, and it's great to have all these guests in the past. We are coming up to Christmas. We'll have some Christmas tunes. And I just want to say welcome to SHARON HARGRO Porter. How you doing?
Hello, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. Now it's the shoes on the other foot. Now I'm interviewing you, which is great. Oh no, what have I let myself into? Oh no. You think? So how's your day been? How's things going? It's the 1st of December. How's things in Maryland? You started your Christmas shopping yet?
I have not. I've got to get on it. But it is a rainy day here in Maryland, in the States. Kind of cool, and it's really beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Okay, yeah. So it's certainly, it was nice to, obviously, catching up with you in Philly was great. It was happened to catch up with a lot of people in Philadelphia, and it was good fun. I enjoyed Philly. It's very like Edinburgh. Very, very. Absolutely. If you're coming to Edinburgh, you'd probably think, well, this is very like it. Philadelphia is like Edinburgh. It's very similar. It's just because you can walk around. But my addiction to Wawa coffee has to come back at some point, so I've got an excuse to go back to Philly.
I love it.
Wawa coffee. I can't. Do you have Wawa coffee? Well, I know, it's brilliant. It is. I tell you. Oh, not that I want to see anybody, but just to come back for Wawa coffee. So sorry, I know I'm in Philly, but I'm just coming to get Wawa coffee. So if you want to meet up, you know where to meet me. You'll find me in a coffee shop called Wawa. But yeah. Well, let's get, before we kick off into our interview, I thought, well, it is Christmas, and I like to get the Christmas tunes out, as I said, so I'm going to play our first nice wee Christmas tune to get us in the mood, and we'll kick off with talking about SHARON, talking about where she's from, bit of background, and we'll dive into the interview. But so I think it's time to get Christmassy, and time to enjoy.
They said there'll be snow at Christmas. They said there'll be peace on earth. But instead it just kept on raining, a veil of tears for the virgin birth. I remember one Christmas morning, a winter's light and a distant choir, and the peal of a bell and that Christmas tree smell, and eyes full of tinsel and fire. dream of Christmas. They sold me a cyanide. They told me a fairy story till I believed in the Israelite. And I believed in Father Christmas. I looked to the sky with excited eyes. Then I woke with a yawn in the first light of dawn, and I saw him and through his disguise. You a hopeful Christmas. I wish you a brave new year. All anguish, pain and sadness, leave your heart and let your road be clear. They said there'd be snow at Christmas. They said there'd be peace on earth. Hallelujah, Noel, be heaven on earth. Christmas we get, we deserve.
Benita Charles from BenitaCharles.com, all the way from New York City. A special thanks to Heart Song Live for playing my music on their radio station. I'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday season and a happy new year.
Welcome back to Hearts on Live. That was just getting in the Christmas mood, and then we're going to dive straight into my guest, SHARON HARGRO Porter, all the way from Maryland. How's it going? You feeling Christmassy now? You getting in the mood?
Absolutely, I love it.
So kick things off. So let's dive in. So let's talk about. So SHARON, tell people who don't know who you are, where you're from, where you're born, brought up, kind of lifestyle, kind of get a background about who you are, etc.
Absolutely. Well, I was born in North Carolina, which is in the southern part of the United States. I was born and raised there, went to college there, and actually did not move into Maryland until after college. And I am right outside our nation's capital, right outside of Washington, D.C. But I grew up as a advocate for education, and so I became an educator, Fraser. I became an educator. I was a teacher for several years. I held many other positions. I was an assistant principal and then ultimately a principal of elementary and middle school. And I did that for several years. And right now, as a profession, I coach new principals and new assistant principals in my career, and absolutely loving it and just loving everything that I'm doing with the entrepreneurship as well as my career.
So let's elaborate. Let's talk about. So you were born in North Carolina, yeah? Were you born in North Carolina?
Yeah. North Carolina, yes.
So let's talk about family life. Was your parents from, or kind of background, kind of growing up school-wise? I mean, tell us a bit about life. Was it good, bad, or indifferent?
It was actually a great childhood, Fraser. It was actually great. You know, I come from humble beginnings, but when I tell you that as I was growing up, I didn't know that, you know, we probably didn't have everything because I didn't want for anything. I had a hard-working father who, would work 2 jobs and 3 jobs if he needed to. My mom was able to stay home with us, so she was able to see us off to school, be home when we got home from school, have dinner ready. We had dinner at the dinner table growing up. So it was a wonderful, wonderful childhood, and I have no regrets.
Got siblings or anything? Brothers, sisters?
I do. Yes, I do. I actually have an older sister who is actually here in Maryland with me.
Cool.
And also I have two younger brothers. And one of them, they're here in Maryland, and then my other brother is in North Carolina. He's actually in Beijing right now.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Actually, Thailand. I think he's in Thailand right now.
Cool.
But yeah, he lives in North Carolina, and so it was four of us. I have three nieces and nephews, and just wonderful. I have a bonus daughter. I'm married. I've been married for 16 years. Mm-hmm. And I have a bonus daughter who is now in her 20s, just doing everything so wonderful. I went to school in North Carolina for my undergraduate degree, and just really enjoyed North Carolina. I love Maryland as well, but I love the great state of North Carolina.
What part of North Carolina were you actually in?
Winston-Salem. So I was born in Winston-Salem, born and raised, but I also lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is about an hour and a half from Winston-Salem. And then I also lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, which is in the same vicinity as Winston-Salem. And so I spent a lot of time, growing up around the state. Grew up in the church. My grandfather, a few uncles were preachers. One particularly was my pastor for most of my childhood. And so I grew up with a strong belief. And that has carried on through my adult life as well.
What type of church was it?
Yes.
What type?
It's a non-denominational.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Non-denominational. And it's throughout the United States.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of non-German. So it's just a sort of standard evangelical style of church, really.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. That's
Absolutely.
Good. So you involved in the church? Are you involved in the church anyway?
I am. I'm involved in the church in Maryland, and I will say, actually in Washington, D.C., and I'm coming back. I just graduated, actually last year, I can't say just, but 2017, I graduated with my doctorate in education, and so that was a 3-year process, and for those 3 years, I was not doing anything. So I wasn't able to participate, to really fully be engaged with my church activities or any of the social things that I would do normally. And then it took me another year to recoup from all of that work. So this is my year to get back into doing everything that I was doing prior to studying for my doctoral degree. And so I'm excited to get back and do the work that I know I'm supposed to do.
So when did you start being a principal, headmistress of a school?
Absolutely. So 2002, I became an assistant principal, and then 2007, I became head. I became the principal of an elementary school, moved to middle school after that. And so, I've been a principal of 4 different schools in Maryland and in North Carolina.
Were you kind of like people like turn sheet white when they go, oh no, I've got the headmistress office, oh no, what have I done? Were they like scared thinking, uh-oh?
I love to think that I really connected with my staff, with my students, with my parents, and the community as a whole. I enjoyed my time as a principal. I really did. And now I'm enjoying even more helping novice principals and assistant principals. That truly is my passion. And I'm just grateful that I have the opportunity to do that through my job. It's a very large school district here in Maryland that I'm able to do that every day. So I'm very fortunate in that case.
That's good. You'll see the kids, right, you're being naughty, you're going to headmistress. Oh no, don't please. I must be. So tell us some stories about being a headmistress, being a principal. Can you tell us any stories that was there really any bad kids or things, or just really daft things that happened?
So, I'm going to tell you and I always say this. I grew up in North Carolina, and I actually returned there in 2011. After my father passed, I went back and spent about 2.5 years there and became principal. I was actually the first African-American principal at this particular school. And I did not really realize how prevalent racism still existed. And so that was really from the community. And this is a community that I was very familiar with. I had not worked as an adult there, only went to school through there. So it was very troubling. And I will preface that with not everyone. The community as a whole, the city as a whole, the town was awesome. I had very supportive staff, very supportive parents, and wonderful students. But I did encounter some individuals who were taken aback from having an African-American principal. And that was in 2011. So we're just talking 7 years ago. And that has been something that has just weighed very heavily on me.
Right.
But I still, despite all of that, I enjoyed my time at that school.
Cool.
And I enjoyed a principal. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's good. Let's, I'm going to play a wee tune here, and we can just get in the Christmas mood, and you can tell us a bit about what you're doing. Obviously, after you're leaving from being a principal, when you obviously just tell us a bit about how you got into, you're doing about, not to go too much into media, because I know you do media and you're doing now teaching, but you've got a show as well. Really, you're obviously doing quite a lot. I mean, I've seen you on Facebook. You're kind of, as soon as you've got a microphone in your hand, it's literally interviewing about 20 people in about 5 minutes. It's like, quick, grab. It's like, they can't escape. So I need, you've got we'll talk about that, what you're doing obviously now, but we can, how you all got into some of that stuff and just your education. Give us a bit more detail about just the challenges of doing it, and obviously it's being a principal is not it can't be an easy job, because obviously you're head and you've got to run a lot of stuff, making sure all the boxes are ticked and things like that. So you can dive it, just tell people more about it, etc. But we'll come back after a wee Christmas tune just to get back in the mood, and you can have a wee think about what you want to say next. And we'll actually play. We played it before. Played it a couple of weeks. We've got Rick Parma, and we've also got Andrew Sullivan. So we'll get into the Christmassy mood with a bit of Andrew Sullivan. So if I can find his song, there we go. I'm blind as a bat with my reading glasses. That's the problem. It's just old age kicking in. So, but anyway, I'll be back after this. Okay.
Okay.
Would it be crazy if I gave you a call? If we talked for hours and we had a ball? It wouldn't be crazy except that it's Christmas Eve. Would it be crazy if I took you out? We spent all our money over town. It wouldn't be crazy except that it's Christmas Eve. Or insane, but I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. No jingle bells, no gifts and no tree can really give me what I want this Christmas Eve. Would it be crazy if I gave you a ring? We found some preacher to finish this thing. It wouldn't be crazy except that it's Christmas Eve. Would it be crazy if I took you home and started from right now? We were never alone. It wouldn't be crazy except that it's Christmas Eve. It wouldn't be crazy except that it's Christmas Eve.
And there we go, that was Andrew Sullivan. Would it be crazy? It's Christmas Eve. It's the kind of type of tune you could smooch with your under the mistletoe with your partner this Christmas. But anyway, we're back with Sharon HARGRO Porter, and all the way from Maryland, USA, just in case you don't know where that is. It's not far from Philadelphia, Baltimore, kind of side New Yorkish. It's kind of just in case you're looking for your geography lesson. But anyway, we are talking teachers, so we might as well go into geography. How you doing, Sharon? Still there? Still coping? Hello? Oh, hello.
Yes.
She's fallen asleep. She's fallen asleep already. She's fallen.
No, not at all.
Quick, get the coffee. Get the Wawa. I'm shouting too loud in the microphone.
Get the Wawa coffee.
Yeah, I'm vibrating in my ears and shouting too loud. So, right, okay. So where were we? We were talking about, yes. Tell us what it's like to run a school.
You know, it is very rewarding. First of all, I loved being in the classroom and having that impact on students. But as head of school, your influence and your impact grows much further. And so, you get to work with parents, you get to help develop teachers, you also get to interact with the community, and to really make a difference, because the bottom line is engage and increase student achievement. And so that's our main goal as educators. And so as head of school, I'm able to make that greater impact throughout the community and not just in a classroom. So I absolutely enjoyed that and love the work that I do. I'm an advocate for education and will continue to be a champion for our children.
Cool. Did you? Is the regulations running a school? And you got a lot of regulations in schools, obviously with like health and safety, kids, and I know nowadays it gets more crazier and crazier. Like in our day when we went to school, when it was cold outside, you just got out in the playground and you're during your break, you froze for like half an hour, you ran around daft, you got warmed up, you came back in. If you fell, okay, you got a plaster on it or band-aid. You were fine. But now everything's all cotton wool, so all the kids, sorry, it's raining outside, you gotta stay in, you get wet, you might get a cold. You might get a cold, I'm sorry. You might, but how do you find that? I mean, obviously the regulations, you can't, obviously you can't breathe, you can't say boo to them, you might offend them in case they get a complaint. I mean, how did you find that with all us?
And that is so true, and even more so, we didn't see as much. It was a lot when I was head of school back, a few years ago. I've been out of the schoolhouse now for 5 years, but even within that 5-year time period, things have changed tremendously, especially with the aid of social media, because now everything, of course, is being recorded and shown, and so you have to really account for that. When children are involved, if there's a fight at the school, somebody pulls out a cell phone and they're recording. And so then you have, the debate before it's even gets to be investigated. People are already drawing conclusions as to what should happen or what did happen. And so with the increase of social media, things have become a bit sticky, I would say.
Right.
And so it really, times have changed, definitely from, when we were in school, but even more so just from when I was principal just 5 years ago. Things have changed tremendously. Mm-hmm. And so it really takes a skilled individual to be effective as a head of school. It really does.
Do you think do you think the way things have changed now, is it better or worse for teachers?
Oh, you know what? I have to be honest and say worse. I think that teachers just cannot really catch a fair break right now. You have gone, you're in a society where a lot of times there's not hands-on approach with parents, that, a lot of good parenting is not necessarily going on. And so there was a time, when the parents and the teachers, they were all on the same page, right?
Yeah.
And so the discipline was consistent. You didn't disrespect the teacher because you knew that you would have to deal with your parents. But now you have parents that are, fighting or arguing or debating with the teacher, as well as the student. And so it becomes challenging. And that's not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, teachers are really faced with barriers and challenges to teaching. It's a different day. It's just as simple as that. It's not the old days when you could demand respect and respect was given as a teacher. It's just not so anymore. But also, you have to look at it on the teacher side. You also don't have a lot of teachers that are totally committed like they were back in the day. You have, now I know many teachers who are very committed, but then you do have some, and it's difficult to maybe get them out if needed. So it's a two-way street, the committed teacher, the highly qualified and effective teacher, as well as that parent or student who is committed to doing what they need to do to have the learning take place.
Okay. Do you think kids are just too wrapped up in cotton wool now, and they can't? There's just no. And nowadays in schools, all the kids tend to be taught you win even if you lose, and there's no like teaching kids these days of to lose, that you have to try and win so you can develop and grow in life. So now every child these days, when they grow up, they're going to just know that when it comes to losing, they're not going to know how to handle losing, because these days everybody wins. What's your thoughts on that?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of concessions are made for students these days, I would say. And it's not real life, because you're not going to always get that break or get that do-over or what have you as an adult. And I think that we, as educators, have a commitment to our students to really prepare them for society, to prepare them to live in this world, and that it's not a false sense of what the world really is. And so I think there can be a little more integration of that. We have to have compassion also, and we know that we learn through our setbacks and failures. So I'm not saying that students shouldn't have opportunities to go back and correct and do things over, but there should be limitations to that, because if they are working in a job and something is not done right, it is very possible that they will be fired from that job and will not be given another opportunity. So I just think we need to mirror society a little more in our schools.
That's good. So tell us about obviously now you've left as principal. What did you do afterwards when you left?
Absolutely. So I am the CEO and owner of Perfect Time SHP, which is a coaching, consulting, and book publishing firm. And I absolutely love it. I coach people to write books, and I publish books. I specialize in the anthology, and that's where individuals come together to write a book with a common theme. And so I have published now, I want to say 8 books, with 5 more that will be out within the next few months.
5?
I'm really excited about that. Yes, I'm really excited. 5 other, my first client that I published hit #1 on Amazon. You don't know our stories from trials to triumph. That was my first client published, and so I'm so excited about that. In addition to that, I am the founder of the Grind Entrepreneur Network. That's where I work with aspiring and emerging entrepreneurs, as well as educators who also would like to become entrepreneurs, which I call my edupreneurs. That's the Grind Entrepreneur Network. In addition to that, I host 4 podcasts. I love podcasting. That is a true passion of mine. And it basically is for educators, for authors, and for entrepreneurs. And then finally, as you mentioned, I have a live studio show the I Am Dr. Sharon show. That is a weekly interview show where I interview, again, with my three focus, which is educators, authors, and entrepreneurs. And we also have community members as a part of that interview process. And I've only been doing that for almost a year. It hasn't even been a year yet, Fraser. Not even a year yet. It'll be a year in January.
So let's go to the books. So you become an author, you're coaching. So are you just writing, you see, I mean, tell us some of the books that you've been involved in, the stories or what they're about, some of the people that have written stuff.
Absolutely.
Get a bit more in depth.
Absolutely. The first one is Next in Line to Lead, and that was a book with 9 assistant principals who were aspiring to become principals. That one, all of them are available on Amazon, but they actually detailed their journey as they prepare to become principals. Mm-hmm. And they were from all over the United States. Actually, 2 of them are now sitting principals. So we're really excited about that. One, Damon Quall in South Carolina, and then Dr. Najala Solomon, who's in New Jersey. They are both principals currently. The second one was Class of 2017, What's Next? That was a book where I featured 15 graduates from 2017. And that was high school graduates as well as college graduates. And again, they just shared their information on getting to that sacred graduation day. The next one I would love to talk about is Women Who Lead, Extraordinary Women with Extraordinary Achievements. This featured 21 phenomenal women from all walks of life, industries. We had engineers, we had medical doctors, we had educators, we had HR professionals, we had speakers, authors, 21 dynamic women. Wow. To really share their story. We also had a U.S. actress and singer, Maria Howell. Mm-hmm. She's been on several shows. She starred in The Color Purple, the movie that was here with Whoopi Goldberg started in it. Yes, and so she's one of the authors. Cool. But it really is a phenomenal book, I tell you. And and that's just now my passion is making sure others get published. So my focus now is no longer me writing the books. I'm helping others write and publish their work.
That's brilliant. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought there. I was going to think of someone else, but no, it's not. That's you're so. When you're interviewing somebody, you think, "I'm okay, right? No, that won't work." And you're kind of like, "Nah, maybe not." you're sort of thinking of what the questions in your head, and you're thinking, "Nah, that won't work. That doesn't sound right. Maybe not." And you're kind of like having to twist. It's like, it's crazy. You do the dramas of interviewing people yourself. You're sitting there thinking, right, okay, but yeah, I'm just completely, I'm drumming. Brain in gear. Hang on, just back it up, Fraser. Get my gear. Gotta back it up.
But you're doing that exactly. The client's book, who I just recently published, she went on a 3-book tour. You don't know our stories. From Trials to Triumph. Michelle B. Hauser was the visionary author for that. And that one was really impactful. They shared stories where they've gone through so many things throughout their life, but yet they come out victorious and triumphant. So that was my first client publication. So I'm really excited about that one.
Well, the actress, that must have been a nice achievement having a Hollywood actress, somebody who's been an author as well as like a famous film, The Color Purple.
Yes.
That must be exciting.
It's very exciting. We actually went to Winston-Salem State together, my undergraduate, and we're also a part of the same sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And so I was very fortunate to have her share her story of, her difficulty in the entertainment industry, because so many people look at it and think that it's easy and that's the life to have. But, they don't know all the backstory that it takes, to get these parts, to get in these movies and do all these things. So it's a very impactful story.
That's cool. So how many clients have you actually got? How many clients or how many people have you got to publish their own books? I mean, now you've done the one. How many have you got?
Right, You Don't Know Our Stories is the first one. I'm actually working with 5 currently.
5 currently, right? Okay, and that's people who are going to publish their own book. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 currently, and so one will be out very soon.
Cool.
Like within the next few weeks, and then 2 of them will be out early 2019.
Cool.
And then I actually just signed on one last night after my discovery session. That one is coming out in June. So my goal by 2019, by the end of 2019, is to have 20 books published of others.
That's
so I'm on that trajectory.
That's nice. That's good. So what we're gonna do? We're playing our Christmas tune, Rick Parma's. You're a host of 4 podcasts.
Yes.
How did 4 podcasts? Just managing one can be interesting, but 4?
I know.
Are you thinking? Must be nuts. But 4. But we'll talk about each individual podcast and what they're all about. And after Rick Parma's, it's Christmas again. Jazz, Rick, lots of top artists that we've been developing through just a quick question: how did you find Ramsay Unleashed going beyond board? How did you find the network, the people out there?
Absolutely. With how did I find?
Well, not me, but how'd you like it? That's what I'm trying to say.
I love it. Absolutely. Oh my God, it's so unbelievable. I'm so grateful for you. Oh, so grateful for the network.
It's at the end of the day, it's all about. It's like anything about business. I like connecting. I like networking. I like people to connect with people. Absolutely. And if you can do business, that's the main thing. If you can get some business, happy days. That's what it's about. And at the end of the day, it's all about supporting each other and sharing, and that's what the best thing. But we'll come back after. We'll talk about those 4 podcasts. It'll take you all night to edit, but we'll be back after. So I'm just going to. Do you get sleep? Maybe not. No. Anyway, I'll be back. I'll be back. Rick Parma, the man with it's Christmas again. So we'll get yourself in the Christmas mood. Try not fall asleep on this one. I'm joking. I'm winding you up. We'll be back after Ricky B. Back in a minute.
Christmas lights up on the tree, stockings hanging on the chimney. Oh, what fun it is to see, having good times with family. Oh, what a time, it's Christmas again. Oh, what a time, it's Christmas again. Don't forget the reason for this time of year. So tell the ones you love you're bringing blessings from above this Christmas. This Christmas. This Christmas. This Christmas. And I can't wait for Christmas. This Christmas. I can't wait for Christmas. This year.
Hey guys, it's Afia from Frame Your Day with Afia Leith, and I'm super excited to announce Position for Better 2018 is finally here. You asked for it, so here it is. 4 days of learning and getting positioned for better. November 27th to the 30th. We're going to do it online so everybody can get in, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, in the 4 days, you'll learn how to find the perfect partner, 4 steps to help you find your purpose, why failing is okay and how to fail forward, how to frame a winning mindset, and we're going to get financial tips for better financial health with financial educator Jacoya Landry. Materials will be provided along with some other goodies. Now to register, head over to afialetham.com/workshops and don't miss it. Okay, don't miss it. Head over to afialetham.com/workshops and get ready to be positioned for better. Position for Better 2018. Don't miss it.
You're listening to Edinburgh, Scotland's must-listen-to podcast on heartsonglive.co.uk, your inspirational station.
And welcome back to Ramsay Unleashed, going beyond borders on heartsonlive.co.uk with my guest SHARON HARGRO Porter from Maryland, USA. So, SHARON, tell us about your podcast. 4 podcasts. What was your first one that you started? Now 4. This is nuts, but let's just start with the first one.
Write the book now. Interview and podcast show.
So say it again. Oh, you there? We're gonna. Oh,
yes. Write the book now. Interview.
Oh, we having.
Write the book interview. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, write the book now. Interview and podcast show.
Cool.
I have a 3 where we focus on educators, authors, and entrepreneurs. And so that's really how my live show started. My first one, of course, was Write the Book Now. And I just focused on authors for that one. They share about their books. I review the book. Every author that comes on, I have read the book. And so I'm asking questions, about the whole writing of the book and the story without giving too much information away because we always want them to buy the book. And then I have the Grind Entrepreneur Network Spotlight, which I feature entrepreneurs and business owners. And this one really stemmed from, I was in network marketing prior to coming to be an entrepreneur. And I just did not find that people were very supportive. And that was really before I knew that I really needed to get out and network and find my tribe, find the people that were for me. Versus, trying to make people, your friends and family support you. Because as new entrepreneurs, that's what we tend to do. We go to that warm market for people we know and then try to get that support. But we can't sustain that. You have to build your tribe. You have to build your following and keep that going. And so that's what I do with the Grind Entrepreneur Network Spotlight. I simply highlight and feature entrepreneurs, and I definitely have featured entrepreneurs from across this world. So it's just been absolutely exciting. And then the last 2 are both educational.
Right.
Leadership Matters, which I interview educational leaders, superintendents of school, principals, higher education professionals. I interview them based on their experience of leadership development, because that's my focus for education and actually throughout entrepreneurship as well as leadership development. And then Leadership Reflections is a single. It's just me reflecting on something that I've read, something that I've come across, and just me taking my spin on it and giving basically my educated opinion about what it is. And it could be a video, it could be something that has struck a chord for me. And I just come on and share that information. I truly, truly love podcasting, but that's how I got into my live in studio show. I was able to then combine all of that under one roof onto that hour show every Sunday from 10 to 11. And so I enjoy podcasting. You know, I started out by just wanting to, because I listen to podcasts all the time. And I remember driving saying, oh, wow, I would love to be on a podcast. And then something just hit me. Why don't you have your own podcast? And that's what I did. And that goes back to, Fraser, when I always say that you can't wait for opportunities. You have to create opportunities.
Exactly.
And so that was an aha moment for me, because I remember distinctly driving down the road and just saying, oh my God, I would love to be on a podcast. And I didn't really know where to start back then. But then I decided, you know, I'm going to start my own.
There we go.
And it just really transferred from that. And so I absolutely love it. It has really taken on a whole new meaning, it seems like. You know, we see more and more people having podcast shows, but there's still room because, again, everybody has their own tribe. So,
Yes.
you know, people seem to think that it's oversaturated, but no, people will listen to who they want to listen to. And so, you know, I always say, yeah, you just jump and do what you want to do and don't worry about it. The following will come.
Yeah, exactly. But podcasting, it's just the new thing. I mean, it's not really a new thing. It's been around for a while, but it's now it's taking off rather than the mainstream media radio station, because internet radio podcasting is the way forward, because it's just there's less sort of regulations. But over here, there's sort of a bit more flexible what you can say and get away with. Maybe in America, there's not, but you're a little bit more some way flexible. You can maybe be a little bit un-PC, or then you get away with it just.
Yeah.
So, but maybe a bit slightly different there. But hey, but that's the good thing about podcasting. You're a bit more free. Obviously, you can't. There's things on like a proper radio station, like you can't really say and not say because you're getting into trouble. You gotta knock at the door and say, "Excuse me, did you do this?" No. Okay. But yeah, so it's so it's like the regular. It's more popular doing podcasts because you're more free. And I think the good thing about podcasts, because everyone is on the go these days, and everyone's so fast paced, you want to be able to listen to them while you don't have time to sit and listen to radio. You want to listen to podcasts while you're on the move, and that's probably why the good thing about podcasts are getting more popular each day. So the kind of people you interview, I see you interviewing with you were doing a platform that you've kind of rebranded. It's not rebranded, but you've kind of got your own brand now, the Dr. Sharon Show, because you kind of transitioned a little bit recently.
I did, absolutely. And so what I've done, so my show, the I Am Dr. Sharon Show, is on every Sunday, right? And so it's a mixture of all the things, again, that I focus on: educators, authors, and entrepreneurs. So what I'm doing now, I'm rolling out a sequence of specialized segments. And so the first one that I'm rolling out is my educational segment, which is called Education First. And so what I've done, I have 4 other co-hosts that are what I call powerhouse educators, who will be coming along with me, and we are going to be dealing with the hot topics in education today. And so it's a variety. I have Kalisa Wing, who is going to be a co-host, Dr. S.M. McCoy, who's going to be a co-host, Dr. Anna Santiago, as well as Desmond Williams. These are all proven, wonderful educator leaders who will be pulling out the stops for educational topics. So it's going to be awesome. And for each month, I will be rolling out an entrepreneur segment as well as an author segment. And so it's going to be fantastic. So yes, I've shifted a little bit. Mm-hmm. I will be going into my second year doing this in January, and so I wanted to just put a different spin on it than I've had. So I'm really excited about that. The launch is December the 14th here in the States, the launch celebration. And then that first show is going to be Sunday, December 16th at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on urbanstylemedia.com. So it's going to be exciting because I have wonderful co-hosts to go through that. So it's going to be wonderful. Thank you for mentioning that.
I know. It's a big rebrand. So because you were sort of vacant for a little bit, then you had to, because of the rebrand, you've kicked off and now ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
Yes. As I say, if any of your authors, the people that you're obviously working with, your clients, as I say, the door's open if they want to be able to talk about their books once they're published, once they're is out there, they can come on the show and get their voice in Scotland. As I say, I mean, if they're interested in connecting with the group or the kind of the messenger chat, and if they don't mind their phone pinging every 3 seconds, because it gets busy.
It does, doesn't it? But it's wonderful. We have a very active group.
Yeah, well, in the day, we're all like-minded. We all want to grow and develop, and that's the good thing about it. And people might be thinking, crumbs, my phone's going off. Like it's like a heart monitor in the hospital. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, stop. So it's, but yes, the good thing is, it is very active, and that's what's good, that's a healthy business networking group. And
that's right.
And that's what it's about. In the day, it's about getting business. And if you're, as I say, if you're authors or people that your clients, as I say, we'd be interested in getting to know more people and networking and having their book or brand in Scotland. Hey, doors open. Just get them to connect with me, have a chat, and we can hook them up.
Absolutely, I would definitely do that.
Because at the end of the day, it's about sharing the brand, sharing you, supporting each other, and as I say, it's bringing the opportunity that they may never have to you're opening door to Scotland. Really, you're coming to Scotland. Bring your.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. That's what it's about. It's about supporting.
That's what it's about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
absolutely.
It's all good fun, So tell us, what's your plans for the future? What you want to aim for? What's your sort of goals?
Absolutely. So the biggest thing, Fraser, that's coming up soon is the opening of my firm, my brick and mortar coaching firm, and my own studio. Mm-hmm. I am so excited about the Perfect Time SHP Studio opening. And so it will be soon. It will be in the spring of 2019. And so I will actually have a place where my local clients can come and I can conduct business, as well as my own studio. And so I've been anticipating this now for several months. I've had a few setbacks, but one thing about me, my motto is keep grinding. I don't believe in stopping. Mm-hmm. So it's like I said, it's been a few hiccups, but we are moving on, and I am believing and trusting that in the spring of 2019 we will be open for business. So that's really my main goal, and continue to publish the work. I love this newfound what I call freedom. I work a full-time job, but I am so excited when it's time to leave that and get to my clients. Mm-hmm. So it has just been such reward for me to do this. And so I'm really excited to continue that and offer my services to aspiring authors who want to get their work published. And I will say, without outrageous pricing. That is my specialty. I do not believe in that. And I don't knock people who charge a lot for that, because people are paying it. But Fraser, my thing is, I am absolutely reasonably priced when it comes to getting these books out. So I definitely encourage your viewers, your listeners, if they are wanting to get their book published, please contact me, definitely.
When it comes to, there's a lot of people out there doing live streaming and coaching, and they have prices for things, which is, and when you're Now you're talking about reasonable price. Do you mind saying reasonable price? What would you say is a reasonable price to you?
Well, it just depends. It just depends on what they are offering, and I do offer traditional publishing as well. And with traditional publishing, because you should not, with a traditional publisher, you should not be paying to get your book published.
Right.
And that's where people are falling very short on.
Right.
And so I offer traditional publishing. So if I believe in your story, I believe in what the work is you're doing, then you come and we cut a deal, and you don't have any upfront costs. And so that you just don't find, unless you shop around at one of the big publishing companies.
Right. Okay.
But all of the just the coaching and publishing that are occurring now, they're charging people thousands of dollars, and I just think it's overrated for me. And so that's one of the things that I specialize in with Perfect Time Publishing, is that we're reasonably priced, and you can actually come to the table without putting a dime down and getting your book published. I make that happen.
What do you think? Just a quick question. What do you think on? You do see a lot of people when they do live streams, and they say, if you buy this course, it will cost you $99, but then you only got about 2 days to sign up, and if you don't sign up, it goes up to like $300. Yeah. And you're thinking, what's the difference between $99 and $300 when you're getting the same stuff?
Yeah. What that's about?
I mean, to me, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. What they're trying to do. They're trying to take, so first of all, we know that in the coaching business, we encourage people to take action. Like, that's the thing. We want to work with people who know what they want, right? And so people capitalize on that.
Yeah.
And I'm just not one for that. I don't do the, I just don't do that. But again, please understand, I'm not knocking people who do that. Right, but they capitalize on the whole take action mode, and I just don't believe that, because I feel like, you should take action, but people also need some time to process to see if they can really, if they really want to do it, if they really can afford to do it, and so I just don't believe in that pressure.
Right.
You got to get it tonight by midnight, or it's going to go up. I'm just not a fan of that type of concept.
Right.
But yeah, people do it all the time, and it's really a technique that they use, and it's based off of the take action technique.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Cool. Well, great. Our time is running out. We want you to give us a closing segment, and you can close up and give us any words of wisdom or Christmas messages you want to share with people. And you go.
Absolutely. First of all, I just want to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone. And I'm so excited to have my voice in Scotland. I am just so grateful to you, Fraser, for opening up this opportunity. And definitely, if your listeners are there, please follow me across social media at I am Dr. Sharon, and that's Dr. Sharon. I am DrSharon on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And definitely, if you are in need of publishing, if you are wanting to write a book, definitely contact me. I can make it happen for you with less than you think. So, Fraser, thank you so much.
And we'll have all your links in the show notes afterwards, where people can connect with you from website to Instagram, Facebook, wherever your links are, so people can connect with you. And hopefully, you'll get some business out of it, etc., or some phone calls or blah, blah, blah. You never know. So, to everyone who's been listening, thank you to my guest, Sharon. So, thank you for coming on, and thank you for being part at short notice as well. Thank you for my people can be busy, but thank you for coming on. And it's been good. It's been a bit of it's been a bit nuts, but fun and great. It's been great. It's been interviewing Sharon, because she interviewed me. We did a video thing live on Facebook in Philadelphia on a hotel. So I got my lift, not my Uber, got a lift to the hotel she was doing some stuff, and then we sat in one of the lobby parts of the restaurant, and we You interviewed me. It was quite fun. It was so long ago. It was actually 2 months ago already. It's scary.
Right.
Scary how time flies, to say the least. But anyway, thank you for being on the show. And to everyone, it is the 1st of December. I hope you're, whatever you're doing, it's prepping for Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year when it comes. As I say, till next time, we will, next week is Aaron Rigdon from Canada, singer-songwriter. Look forward to chatting to him, and we'll catch up with you later. So take it easy, and good night.